Welcome to the F45 45-day challenge. Our first doubles challenge. Thank you all for signing up. It's going to be a blast. Our first time doing doubles, so we're all piecing this together. But we have all kinds of new stuff for this one, like that assessment you guys just went through, which I hope you all enjoyed. Everybody enjoy it? Yeah, especially the cardio section. Shane came up with that all by himself. That was not me. You can yell at him for the cardio, right?
Jeff made it sweet, though. He made it awesome.
Sweet. We'll hop right in so this isn't too long. We got our hype video. Let's hit it.
I wasn't going to share this, but
Everyone talks about working
out.
45 days. Doesn't sound like much until you decide to change everything. It's 45 days of discipline when motivation disappears. You will be tested mentally, physically, emotionally. But on the other side of 45 days is a version of you that you haven't ever met.
Fitness can get hard to keep motivated, keep coming to the gym and showing up. I personally like to set my next goal, my next challenge event, whatever it may be, before I even finish my first that I'm on, just so I have something to look forward to so we never become stagnant. So those goals, those challenges are so important to keep us motivated, coming back and keeping ourselves healthy. You guys all took the hardest step of signing up, and we're here now, we're in it, so it's time to get after it and get to work. Let's get fit. Come on! Woo! I love that. That was so good. Great job. That was all Shane. Shout out to Shane. All right, team. So, what is the 45-day challenge? Anybody in here done one before? You guys have? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a couple repeat challenges. Nice. What it is community-focused health transformation program designed to create life-changing results. So, of course, you have the workouts that we do every day, but then this takes the next level to it, so we're holding each other accountable through these challenges. We want these goal-targeted training to get into our lifestyles rather than just the gym. So then we have our grocery list. It's going to incorporate meal plans and all of that. So let's get into a little bit of that. Again, here we have our training, nutrition, routine, mindset. So this challenge really is meant to tie your whole lifestyle into the gym rather than just this hour, 45 minutes a day that I go to the gym. Let's make this a whole lifestyle and just make it so we can create healthy habits that last a long term. 45-day challenge, just kind of reiterating all of that. We're trying to progressively build each week, have results through these wellness practices and everything that we'll be prioritizing through that. Prioritizing performance progress, skills, and general fitness like we just did today, so we'll be retesting that as well. And then, of course, that balanced nutrition, that's going to be the foundation of it all. Why? Partners. So Shane actually had the great idea of going partners rather than solo. We've done a lot of solo. Yeah. A lot of solo challenges so far, but this doubles really excited to build that more of a community, more of that accountability with each other. When you have somebody relying on you, consistency increases because you have that other person relying on you and you know that you're showing up for your teammate rather than just you. Creates that team mindset, so it's not just an individual effort that we love here at F45. I'm sure all of you joined F45 because you like team sports or something in that manner. So this creates a little bit more environment of that. So going over how it'll work. So that is with our point system and everything, all of that you function as one team. So say I do a mini challenge, Shane doesn't do the mini challenge, he's my partner, we just get 1 point for that. We get the 2 points. So those points will add together collectively as a team. All those points for attendance and mini challenges. For the final results, it'll be the combined. So however much body fat percentage you lose together will combine, and that'll be your score basically. Same thing with the lean muscle mass. So say I lose 2% body fat, Shane loses 3% body fat, we lost 5%. And that'll be what the grand prize will be worked towards. Questions? More clarification? Good?
Suffer together, win together.
Suffer together, win together. I don't know if you guys have checked out the F45 app at all, but there's a lot of great tools in there, especially when it comes to the challenge. First off, just on that homepage, you'll see a lot of educational articles. These are great for all kinds of different stuff, whether it be different routines that people like to incorporate into their morning routine, nightly routine that helps, anything mindfulness, anything nutrition. There's a lot of great stuff in there if you're ever bored or just want to check it out. That's a great little spot. There's also these track sections, so if you're really into tracking or you just never have before, it's a great idea to, but this can help you track your nutrition, your exercise, your water, your sleep, so you're not just kind of guessing and like, oh, I just showed up to the gym, however many days. This is going to keep you a little bit more accountable. Also, if you're also into tracking your body composition and whatnot, you can do circumferences, you can do weight, you can do height, or not height, your height's not going to change much, but your weight, your circumferences on everything, but to track. These are all like suggestions. If you don't want to track at all, you don't have to. We recommend tracking in some sort so that you can see progress, and obviously you'll do the body composition and all of that tracking. This is just extra if you're interested, but it's all there in the app. The calorie calculator, I think, is actually really cool. A lot of people, I think, don't know how many calories they consume, and they have no idea how many they should consume. And this isn't going to be like foolproof. It's going to be a ballpark, but you'll put in your weight, your activity level, your height, all of that, and it'll give you, and your goal, so if you want to lose weight, gain weight, or stay consistent, and it'll give you like a ballpark, we should be around this calories. I think it's great to do. It's also a good idea to track your calories for a couple days at least, so you have a general idea. I know like the first time I tracked calories, I was like, oh, there's that many calories in peanut butter? And I was like, I thought I was doing 2 tablespoons, but it was like 4, so you never really know until you start tracking. And it's not like something you have to do, I've found, for the rest of your life, but if you do it for a couple days, you at least have a general idea of the things that you eat and where you're at. And you might be eating way more calories than you think or way less. Protein is a huge one to track as well, which I would recommend everybody at least track for a couple days, just how much protein you're eating. So you can use this app. I also like MyFitnessPal to track calories and stuff, but this is a great little thing. You can just throw in your info, and it'll give you that ballpark form. So I think that's a great one to look at. And then our performance assessment, which you guys all just did. Yeah. So the reason we're doing that is because we like to focus on what your body can do as well as what it looks like and all that. So the scale doesn't always show your strength gains, your endurance, or your fitness gains. A lot of times we can lose fat and gain muscle, and that scale is going to stay the same, and that might be discouraging, but you don't even know that your body's changing in a great way and getting stronger and more fit. It's also kind of discouraging, as a lot of you probably have experienced. Like, you might feel like you're making a lot of gains in the gym, but then you might not see anything in the mirror, but it's just you seeing it. So like, if we have performance goals, measurable numbers, it's like, oh, I put 10 pounds on my deadlift that month. Like, you know for sure you're getting stronger, you're getting more fit. If you do the cardio faster, it's like, I am making progress for sure. So that stuff can't hide, that the scale can kind of hide it. So that's kind of why we're doing it. What is coming, we will do this same test at the end of the assessment team, so get ready to do it again, hopefully with bigger goals or bigger numbers. So we do definitely want to set some goals on that, which we will have on the next slide, I think. So smart goals. Goals are huge for the challenge in general and for this assessment, but when we are setting goals, we want them to be SMART goals. Has anybody here heard of SMART goals before? Probably? Yeah, awesome. So that is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. So that specific just means a clear target. So like, instead of just saying, I want to get stronger, I want to be better on the cardio side, put an actual number to it. And so we have something to strive for rather than just being like, I want to be stronger, and then you have no direction. Measurable, so we can track it, which we just measured here. You're going to have clear targets to track. Achievable is a big one as well, so I'm not going to be like, I want to put 100 pounds on my deadlift. That's a little ambitious, so picking something a little bit of a moderate gain. 45 days is a chunk of time, but it's not a ton, so looking at like 10 pounds is even a huge jump on that. So 10, 20 pounds on the deadlift, 5, 10 pounds on your bench press is huge, and then taking 30 seconds off of your cardio assessment would be huge. So something like that is great to think about. And then relevant. So if we're more focused on that muscle gain, it's a great idea to focus on the strength and then just maintain the cardio, because it's really hard. I mean, you guys can do it, but it's a lot harder to get better in all aspects of fitness all at once. So it's a great idea to choose one to focus on. You definitely can just pick both if you want to, but I would gear you more towards choosing one to focus on. So like I want to get stronger on the strength portions and then maintain my cardio, or vice versa. Just something to think about. And then time-based, obviously, is going to be 45 days. Anything to add?
And what to avoid is, I'll grab that. So what to avoid being too vague, so like get stronger, like you was touching on, but unrealistic jumps too. So like tomorrow I'm going to run a marathon. It's like that's not realistic, and that's like that jump is way too big. So think about something I'm going to start running 3 miles tomorrow, something that's attainable, and I'm going to one rock, and also no goals with no habits behind it. So also I'm going to run a marathon in 3 months, but you have no running plan. That's not going to work at all either. So think about all this smart stuff along with the planning of the goals. This is how you get your goals completed and checked off. So that's one of our biggest things we want to do in this challenge.
Yeah, so then a way to build those habits could be like if your goal is to hit those strength numbers, commit to 2 strength days a week, or if your goal is to hit those cardio numbers and lose more fat, then commit to 2 cardio days a week, or however that looks like for you, but something like that. So just saying like I want to get stronger, but then not putting those habits in place isn't going to get us very far. So then making some goals in the process goals, we call them. So 2 times a week strength, whatever that may be.
All right. Now we're going into all the awesome things that are in our app. We have access to this Dietitian Live, which is awesome. It's one-on-one nutrition coaching. I actually went through this earlier in the year. If you scan that QR code, it'll send you to the F45 training app. But it's a really cool resource. You go on there. It's an hour-long session. She kind of talks about your life, the dietitian, about your life, what your goals are, what you need. You could say, I'm entering the 45-day challenge. And it's more of a life coach. It's not more about diet, but she's like, okay, I'll send you some recipes, but let's figure out where you are and where we can move forward. So it's actually a really cool resource. You get your very first session free with F45 as an F45 member, and then most insurance covers the rest. So if you have insurance, it'll cover every single session. And if you find a good one, it's kind of like you just talk to someone once a month. It's kind of like a therapist, life coach, a fitness therapist, yeah. So it's really cool if you find a good one, and you can change, and you just tell them your goals, and like they will help you through all fitness and nutrition and stuff. So this is in the app, but also that QR code. When we have the WhatsApp group, I will make sure I send that link out for you guys too. But super cool because we get a free. Why not? You're doing a challenge. Why not talk about life and the gears that you want to shift into? The next one is we just got partners. I know it's a weird name, Joe and Blokes, but it's a telehealth company where you get a blood draw. I also went through both these because I don't want to suggest anything for you, but you go through a blood draw and they send you a supplement pack that helps you get back to your homeostasis. So like I didn't know I was at like 65% of optimal all my levels of all my blood panels. So she's going to try to crank me up to 80%. So it's really cool going through this. So it just shines light on the other part of fitness, that this is like the greatest pair of fitness. So it's figure out what's wrong on the inside, and we could build it all better on the outside through F45. So through our partnership, you get 50% off the initial labs and 50% off the first month of Smart Supplements. The Smart Supplements, it takes about like I think it's like, it's a little bit over $100, but you get 50% off the first one. But basically, they tell you which supplements that should help you in your longevity journey. So you can go out and purchase that yourself, or they send you a smart pack. So it's actually a cool thing. They're not trying to push their product on you. They're like, let's see, like you're deficient in vitamin D, for example. You should take more vitamin D. You could go purchase that yourself, or you could get their smart pack, where they literally dial in the dosages for everything that you're missing in your blood work. It's a really cool partnership. I got a little video going here.
So what do we offer? What does Joy and Blokes offer? So a big piece of what we offer is lab work. So we do lab work. We offer a few different panels. Complete hormone panel, which is going to be 56 biomarkers, a little simple, nice and easy to get someone in through the door, looking at hormones, hemoglobin A1C, vitamin D, a little bit more of a simple panel. One we tend to use as a follow-up to look at our hormones, if you're on hormones. The advanced panels are middle tier. That one's going to be 71 different biomarkers. This is going to be one of my favorite ones to start somebody in if they're kind of interested in the lab work, want a little bit more insights than maybe what their normal yearly annual will give them with their primary care provider. So it's going to give you a little bit more insights, like a full thyroid panel. We're not just looking at TSH. Give us lipids, as well as some vitamins, minerals, and a little bit more on the hormone front. Again, all of these are going to be met with a lab and provider follow-up to review in detail with them. And then a comprehensive panel. This is going to be our big one. It's 110 biomarkers. It's blood work. It's a urinalysis. So we're looking at everything. This one's a great one, a once a year one I find to do a great once a year to get a baseline, particularly if you have any cardiovascular issues or concerns there. That one's going to be a great one to dive into some lab work that you don't normally get, again, at your normal primary care provider. And also, when we look at it, we're not just looking at, are you in range or out of range? We are looking for optimal lab values, because we know that bell curve, is just gathering a group of people and saying, okay, these people are, quote, normal or healthy. We know that's not always the case. And we don't want to be catching up and playing catch up later on once you're out of range. We want to do things beforehand. So we're going to give you preventative ways to optimize your healthcare through lifestyle, diet, behavioral changes, as well as therapies as well if needed. Just to know, all of our supplements are very, very high third-party tested quality assurance. We always have information on those if you need that. So what do you get as, F45 training and Joy and Blokes programs? You're going to get lab work is going to be a key piece. So you have access to all of our therapies, but lab work, by choosing any of our, 3-tiered labs, a complete, advanced, comprehensive, followed up by a provider or clinician consultation, whether it be 30 minutes to an hour. You have both of those depending on the lab you get. And you get a personalized smart supplement that would be recommended if you do your lab work by your personalized visit with your nurse practitioner, who will touch base with you and make those recommendations. They may also make other therapy recommendations as well, which are optional to opt in on. And then you also get, of course, F45 training workouts on your app, which is incredible. Again, kind of that dream team approach of looking at blood work, therapy support, and F45 training workouts. So we're looking really at the whole person to support wellness from the inside out.
So super cool program. If you're thinking about any of that, it's a great way to get into fitness. It's just like such a great way. I started the supplement packs. I didn't know I was deficient in a couple categories, but joining challenges like this, you figure out where your weaknesses are, and if it's habits, nutrition, whatever it is. We have a huge group of us all going to get through it together, so ask as many questions as you need. But this is also just a great resource. I thought I would give you guys all the resources.
How long did, once they did the blood draw, how long did it take you to get your...
Oh, yeah. It took me about a week and a half before but your blood results come in 2 days. So they could start looking at it. And the supplement's a little bit later. Yeah. So it might not be for the 45-day challenge, but as long as you start it during, they could start all that stuff, because as soon as you meet with a new nurse, they could put you on the right path for the therapies and the different supplements. Okay. It'll get you on the right path.
Because we were curious, doing this, what other supplements should we be taking to up our protein and stay maximal creatine challenge.
Creatine.
Right?
Yeah. Yes, creatine's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, baseline creatine, and then adding protein powders helps reach your protein goal.
Whey protein?
I like whey protein. Some people it's not great on their digestive system. Whey is going to be the best bioavailable, because a lot of the plant proteins aren't complete proteins, meaning they don't have all the essential amino acids. But you can, if you're just supplementing and you're still getting all of the other amino acids from your diet, you should be fine. But whey is going to be your best bang for your buck for sure. And that's another great reason I would say to track for a little bit, at least, to see where your protein levels are at. Shoot for I like shooting for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, which is high, but if you shoot for that and you fall a little bit short, you'll be fine.
I got a plan.
Sweet.
Yeah, I made us a plan.
Oh, nice. But yeah, I'd say as simple ones as creatine and protein powder. After that, it's you're going to have minimizing returns, unless you have, Shane was saying, he's deficient in certain stuff, which is why it's great to check out, because if you're deficient in something and you get that to a normal level, that's going to make huge gains.
Yeah.
But if I'm already at 100% of vitamin D and I take vitamin D, it's not going to do anything for me. Right.
Nutrition.
Meal plans. Yeah, so the F45 app has a lot of meal plans on there that I'd recommend checking out. A lot of great things, and you can put in like your preferences, what you like to eat, what you don't like to eat. It'll help you out find a lot of things. It can even make, I think it's on the next slide, possibly, a grocery plan, personalized. So that'll take into account if you put in that calorie calculator. It'll take all that into account when you go to make meal plans and stuff on there. And it'll also goes as far as to give you a full shopping list. So if you do just go like meal plans and you throw in whatever you want, it'll give you this full shopping list, tell you day by day what to eat and everything if you want to get that dialed, or even just use the recipes for ideas and stuff.
Isn't that a new feature? Because I just discovered that not long ago. I'm like, they have recipes.
It's been there for a while.
Has it been?
Yeah.
I guess I should explore that.
Yeah, it definitely explores. There's a lot of stuff on the app that can help out, even outside of the 45-day challenge. There's all kinds of stuff on there.
Yeah, really checking that out.
Challenge requirements. So we got our WhatsApp. Definitely all join that. Are we going to print this out and put it up?
Yeah, we'll print it out.
And make sure everybody's in that. If you guys aren't in it already, make sure to scan it before you leave today. But that'll be where we'll be sending in all of our information. Everybody just hyping each other up and make sure you're staying accountable. And then putting in like what the mini challenge is for every week, because we're all going to forget by week 3. And any new information you need. But yeah, make sure you guys are all in that if you're not already.
And I'll be sure to take a picture of all the everybody that signed up for the challenge, and I'll send you guys all these links.
Okay.
We should.
No. It's okay. No, as long as you signed up before that first day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could send the whole slideshow probably, right?
Yeah, we can send the slideshow too.
Sweet. We are going to have a little sheet, just a 45-day challenge commitment sheet. We'll print these out after this and make sure you guys all get it. And you can take your time, fill it out at home. But it's just going to be a couple of questions that we can help agree to. It's a lot. You tend to stick to something a lot more if you in paper write that you commit to this and then write down what we're looking for. So we have your why, which is going to be the most important thing that you're going to reflect on 2-3 weeks down the road when it starts to get hard. We have all of our commitments, so you'll put how many days per week you're going to train, or your goal is, step goal, all this type of stuff. And this is all just going to be for you. So you're going to keep this, and just so you know you have it. And then all kinds of other things if you fall off, what you'll do. So we'll give that to you guys at the end, and make sure you fill that out. Just keep it for yourself, but it'll just be so that we do commit to this challenge. Of course, that in-body scan, which you guys all did, right? Yep. Sweet. And we'll have that post-challenge for the winning. So whoever has those biggest gains for the body fat percentage, for the lean muscle mass, will be the winners. If you guys have any questions on what you're looking at on that, find a coach or send it personally to one of us in the chat, and we can help explain all of those numbers and everything, what all that means. Point system.
This is the biggest debate.
Yeah. So for whatever reason, everybody gets really angry about points sometimes. We're keeping it pretty simple this time. For attendance, you will have 5 max. So you can come to 5 classes, that will count. If you come to 7 or you come to 8, you only get 5 points for it, but it's up to 5 points. That is just to encourage some rest days. We don't want everybody going crazy, going from 3 days to 7 days a week and then burning out. And even if 5 is crazy for you, just make your goal 3, 2, whatever that is going to challenge you for the week, for the months. It's not like you should go from 2 days a week to 5 days a week. That's a lot. So a reasonable increase for the challenge, nothing crazy. And then those mini challenges, which we'll get to in the next one, you'll have 7 per week per person. So each person gets 7 per week, whether that is 1 per day, or some of those have potentials for little bonus points. But basically, you'll have the board up. The board will have 7 dots for attendance, 7 dots for mini challenges. You'll be able to fill out as much as you can, but 5 points for attendance, 7 for mini challenges. Bonus sometimes, but still only 7. And reminder for the points, they're supposed to be fun. This is a friendly competition. At the end of the day, this isn't even about the points. The points don't even win you anything except for bragging rights. So it's truly just to keep you accountable and for fun. So don't stress about the points. It's more about your personal journey, you getting healthier, building these healthy habits.
The main determiner is the
body scan. Yeah, that's going to be who gets the cash prize, grand prize winner. We'll have other little prizes too, but that is the grand prize. So the points, if you come 5 days a week and then you burn out and that's too much for you and your body scan you're overstressed, that's not going to be beneficial. So find what's good for you. Anything to add?
Oh yeah. Also, we'll have boards up at both studios, so all you South members that are joining, we'll have a board down there, so you can mark your own points there. And on those 7 days of attendance, just mark how many days you come. Like if you come on Monday, mark Monday. If you come on Wednesday, mark Wednesday. Don't make it complicated. Just mark as many days. We only count 5, but mark all the days that you come in. And it doesn't matter, like at the end of the, like let's say, oh, I forgot to mark 2 points last week. Just mark them if you forgot, or tell one of your gym mates to mark those points for you. But we'll probably add them up every week, like on a Monday, and try to do a little leaderboard so we can see who the top 3 are for all the points coming through. Mini challenges.
I travel a fair amount, so if I go to a gym, can I get started?
This is the biggest question. We're only counting F45, but on the app you have at-home workouts. So like if you're at a hotel, you could just go, load up the workout there. You put it on a piece of equipment and just follow the workouts. Like.
Yeah, but he's going to F45 at Atlanta.
If you're going to F45 in another, yes, that counts. That counts. Yeah.
Yeah, it just has to be an F45 workout. So if you go to some spin class, that doesn't count. But as long as you're doing an F45 workout anywhere, it counts. Yep. Mini challenges. So we'll have a mini challenge every week, again, to build those habits. So our first week, we're going to pick 2 to 3 habits, going to be relative to your morning routine. We'll have a whole list of them that we'll send out on that first week. And you're just going to choose 2 to 3. Do we want to pick 2 or 3? 3. We're going to pick 3 habits. Decision final. 3 habits. So basically for that one, if you do all 3 of those habits in that day, you're going to count your mini point. And then you get to your mini challenge point for the day. And you're going to...
And some of those habits that we pulled up was don't use your cell phone for 30 minutes during the morning, or the first thing you're going to drink is a glass of water. All those morning routines that really benefit you moving forward.
Stairs.
Yes, taking the stairs instead of move your body for 10 minutes before you do anything.
Sunlight.
Read 10 minutes of a book before you do anything else. Start the mind off with good.
And you do have to do all 2 or 3.
So-
to get the...
Yeah, we'll basically have a list of 10, and you can choose. Yeah, you choose 3. Yeah, choose 3, and then you'll work on those 3 for the week. Those will be your habits that you're trying to build.
Yeah. And yes, if you don't do all 3, then you don't get the mini challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Week 2, core progression. So we'll have a core movement. We'll again here have a list of core movements. Choose one, and then we're gonna start at. We're gonna have a tiered approach. So this is gonna be kind of for your individually, but if you're a more beginner, maybe it starts at 10 reps, and then we add 10 each day through that week. These will all make more sense when we get to the week. We'll explain them gradually. And then say it's V-ups, sit-ups, leg lifts, whatever it is. You pick that movement, and we're going to add 10 each week. So we'll have a beginner, intermediate, advanced. So some people might start at 20 and add 20 each week. Some people might start at 10. You get to choose wherever you're at there, but just whatever's going to be challenging for you. Week 3, you can explain this one.
Yeah, week 3 we got a consistency streak. So this one we're building on that morning routine. We're going to go into the 3 daily habits that build streaks and earn points. So this one we're going to combine from our previous challenges. So drink 3 liters of water a day, 10,000 steps a day. Whatever those 3 goals are, we're going to have another huge list, but this is for the whole day instead of just the morning. So we want to try to start building habits. This one we're going to burn your core for that week. That one's going to be fun. And then we're going to go start building 3 habits. Again, we'll have a huge list of this, of just daily habits, 10,000 steps a day, water, protein, whatever that is, whatever you're struggling with. I would highly suggest making that if it's a protein and nutrition mark, or a sleep is a huge one. 8 hours of sleep
8 hours.
can be one of those habits. Anything that you're kind of having difficulty in, we'll try to pick those weaknesses and try to make them good habits.
11, make a wish.
Yep. Finally, week 4, we got 30 minutes activity outside, so outdoor movement. That could be anything. That could be biking, walking, hiking, rucking, all those good things that you can move outside with. And this one we kind of move outside. And then the final week is recovery reset. So daily recovery work, bonus for trying something new or do something with your partner. So we have a partnership with Rejuven. We'll have a big deal with that with Rejuven, which is the sauna cold plunge.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Super great time.
Yeah, Taylor, you could sit in that cold plunge for a long time. Oh yeah, we should put that in the hype video.
If I can do it, you can do it.
But this one, we're also going to have, I think it's going to be like 15, 20 minutes a day. We're going to have a time limit on that, but it's like foam rolling, stretching, yoga. Be nice to your body that day. Sign up for a massage, do a chiro session, do something for the recovery reset week. Get a little get a facial, all that stuff.
And we'll have more in-depth info on that as the week comes. Like each week we'll have more in-depth.
Yes. Yeah, it's about like a page for each one of these. So we'll send that out on the chat and we'll make sure that everyone knows that during the challenge. That's it. Thank you so much. Woo! We wanted this short and sweet, and we want to thank everyone that did the assessments today. You all did amazing. If you haven't done your assessment yet, we're going to have time periods for both North and South. I talked with Coach Max down South. He will set that up for some of the South, and we will have times here in the North. Just reach out to us coaches. Also, this is the first doubles challenge, so be nice to your partner. I highly suggest having a good contact, have your partner's number, and just be in charge. Be your guys' buddies on this. Make sure you check in on them through it and, help them as much as they help you. Hopefully this creates an awesome little bond partnership. And there's no team, so this is all you guys. We want you to be intrinsically more on top of your health, on top of your mental capacity, your mindset, your body, your mind. Try to find those weaknesses and turn them into good habits. And we want to try to cultivate an awesome, cool time on this journey.
That was perfect.
Anything else?
I do have a quick question.
Yes.
Do you want us to give you our assessment? Like, do we turn our assessment things in? Did we already do that?
Okay. Yes. Well, we could hold your assessment so you don't lose it, because sometimes we lose our assessments. But also, you could just write it down somewhere, like send yourself an email so you have that, or a picture, or take a picture. But yes, we could keep your assessments right here at the desk.
Mostly just data gathering.
Yep, data gathering. And I didn't put all the dates up, but it goes through June 5th. So that one actually ends on a Friday. So we're going to start on a Tuesday. Sometimes we start on a Tuesday and it ends on like a Wednesday. So we're like, we want to end on a Friday. So it's going to end on June 5th. And yep. And we're going to pick a park. We might go to Rancho or someplace, rent a pavilion on that 6th. So that Saturday, June 6th. We'll have a big party out, and we'll probably have some picnic games, some cornhole and spike ball and stuff. But we might have a tournament too, another little raffle out there. My dentist has a bounce house, so you can bring the kids and jump around on the bouncy thing. But
Yeah, I love that.
but we're gonna have that there, and yeah, just enjoy the journey. And thank you for being part of the first Doubles Challenge. Woo!